Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Tuesday, August 25th. And of course, this is your daily financial news. Been an interesting morning. Got a couple of blockbuster numbers and then something I think that is a red flag. But before we get into details, I just want to let you know that I have a personal goal, hopefully in the next, let's call it 3 to 6 months. I'd love to see these daily financial news average about 1,000 watches or clicks or whatever you call it on this thing. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Just a goal I put out there, a little hint out a goal that's coming for the next period. 1,000. Right now we're right around 500. So if you know anybody that likes to get their daily news in about 10 to 15 minutes, recommend the channel. Recommend they tune in live at 7:30. That would be awesome. So let's just come out with it. New home sales. New home sales, kind of like I talked about, I think on Sunday. I expect it to be a blockbuster number. Everything sort of leading up to that was like, they're going to blow it out. And it's just a blockbuster. I don't know what else to say. Far exceeded expectations. New home sales were up 14% month on month. They were up 36% year on year. Prices were up 7.2%. That is actually a combination of builders raising prices, but also the higher end selling more. The big one is supply. Supply is down from 4.1 months to, or I'm sorry, from 4.7 months down to 4.1. Again, lots of stuff going on. The Midwest comes in at 58% month on month increase and 81% year on year. I don't talk a lot about the Midwest, but I got to tell you, that number surprised me. Yeah, 58% month on month, 81% year on year. Actually, we have Toll Brothers reporting after hours today, I believe. It'll be interesting to see if they kind of validate what's inside these new home sales. Because again, inside these numbers, kind of in the details, it looks like the buyers are skewing up the market, right? More high-tech homes, a little bit larger, a little bit more nice things. And if true, Toll Brothers will validate that for us. Toll Brothers is a higher-end builder, maybe since KB Homes or Lennar or something like that. So we could get validation of that later. So again, I think housing, especially single-family homes, is going to be a net positive for our economy for at least the next 2 years. Certainly the next 18 months, but probably the next 2 years. I don't see interest rates going up. In fact, they could go down. So again, housing at 10% of the economy, I think is going to punch above its weight class. I think we are going to see some new builders actually start to build in the suburbs. I think with this change from work from home and all of that, the supply that was coming online may not have been in the right place, and that will be fixed going forward. So pretty exciting times. The one number that I'm going to call a red flag today that we need to watch, because again, what do I watch? Consumers, cost of capital. Consumer confidence today came out lower than expected. Came in at 84 when the expectations or the whisper was for 93 or 92 and a half. So my dog is making noise down here. So again, that's a problem, and especially on current conditions. This consumer confidence number is important because it is the first number that is after all the stimulus ran out and we built a bridge halfway, and now we're kind of collapsing, or at least we haven't built the second half. So this number's it's an important number, right? Usually numbers just kind of trend, but this is an inflection point. This tells us that maybe consumers will save more versus spend. We may see that coming up in retail and grocery and things of that nature. It's an important number, so something to watch for. Case Shiller came out early this morning. Again, I think it's a trend from what we talked about last month, right? Case Shiller at the top, 4.3. Then they have two indexes. They have the 20 and the 10. The 20 city was up 3.5 and the 10 city was 2.8. Like I said last month, I believe the Case Shiller index is disproportionately focused on big urban cities. And What have we talked about at least the last 4 to 6 weeks? Big urban cities, urban flight, all of that. So I expect the trend of the headline number to be the highest, the 20 to be the next, and the 10 to be the weakest. And we had that for the second month in a row. Again, that's what happens when you build an index and the market changes, where no longer going to the cities, you're going to the suburbs. So pretty interesting. Just because I got the top three: Phoenix up 9%, 6.5% for Seattle, and Tampa 5.9%. And again, inventory. I mean, that's the talk of the day, right? Inventory was down from 3.9 to 3.1%. So, or 3.1 months. Sorry, not percent, months. So that's what we got. That's kind of the housing data. Net housing is hot. Net single family homes are the hottest. New builds pending or existing from last week. Just a good time to own a lot of houses. So I'm feeling pretty good. On the earnings front, Best Buy came out with what could be called a tremendous number of online orders. They really pivoted in this crisis to really push that and pick up at the door, up 242%. But what this is really saying, because they didn't give guidance, that's a problem. Best Buy reports great numbers but doesn't give Q3 guidance. Market's not going to like that, because what they're really saying is maybe they just did a lot of pull forward demand. Maybe they were setting up school, school from home and work from home, and maybe they just kind of pre-bought, and maybe Q3 is going to be weaker. So interesting. Papa John's pizza place, right, up big time, 24.2% same store sales. They've hired 30,000 people in the last year. So there's somebody hiring. I was surprised to hear that U.S. and China actually held a phone call around the phase one trade deal. If you remember remember when I wish we were talking about the trade deal. Remember those good old days when we were just worried about a trade deal? Oh, funny. But it looks like they are talking. China needs to step on the gas and buy more, soybeans and the like. But it was interesting, given all the toxic things going on, that phone call still happened, right? Could have easily come out and said, oh, we're delaying the phone call, but at least happened. I saw that Amazon is looking to help luxury brands. This is something I've been waiting for. Luxury brands really, I think, are going to suffer. So they're going to look for ways to reach consumers at home. And Amazon is looking to set up a luxury brand platform that they will give total control to the luxury provider. Not a lot of details on this yet, but it's just Amazon being Amazon, right? They're going to create a luxury portal branded and really help these brands kind of go e-commerce, which maybe they hadn't before. So pretty interesting. Powell's speech on Thursday is going to be a big one. He's up. I guess he's going to do it remote, but I don't think there's any question that if you've been around the business long enough to know that you don't bet against the Fed has never been truer. They have come in and impacted the bond market, junk bonds, stocks, real estate, throwing trillions of dollars around to stop a potential depression is out there. A lot of talk about what Powell is willing to do to get inflation up. So we will see. That'll be a big talk Thursday that I'm sure we'll be talking about. Looks like Airbnb is filed to go public. We've talked about it. I think it's interesting. Airbnb has really come back strong. And I think it's because people are driving to their vacations, and the net opinion is hotels are riskier than a single occupant house, which I guess makes sense, right? Hotels have elevators, hotels have pools, hotels just have more guests that you don't know and thus risk whatever, right? So Airbnb, we were talking in March and April, oh, business is gone, what's going to happen? Turns out their business is coming back faster and faster. So it's interesting. It could happen once you understand what the consumer is thinking, right? Consumer was scared March. Consumer today goes, I am tired of being home. I need a vacation. I don't like hotels. I'm going to go sit at an Airbnb on the beach or the mountains or wherever. Pretty interesting. JP Morgan rotation. It looks like they just announced they're going to be bringing some people back on rotation. Think work from home 1 week a month, or maybe work from home 2 days a week. These are all things that will likely become important, and you'll be getting shared desks and things of that nature. I didn't realize JP Morgan is 61,000 employees, so pretty big operation. Thought that was interesting. I don't know if you saw this. I just thought it was funny. It actually showed up in my Twitter feed last night. But Gavin Newsom's ex-wife went off on California yesterday. And I am obviously not a Gavin Newsom fan, but I thought some of the stuff that was said about California was mean-spirited and not what I think of when I think of California. Certainly we have our problems. I talk about them a lot. I'm certainly no fan of him, but I think some of the attacks on California were just mean and uncalled for. Let's talk about being better, not bad. So again, I've been telling you for a week, I'm hoping that one of the parties talks about hope in the future instead of just nasty name calling. And I did not appreciate the nasty words said about my home state of California. Leave it at that. Remember a deal we talked about in the luxury space where Tiffany was being purchased by LVH? Well, that deal hasn't closed. It'd been so long since I looked it up, I thought it closed. But it looks like the deal close date has been moved back to November 24th, just about a year after it was announced. Basically, LVH is looking for a discount and Tiffany's is saying no. So we will see where this is going. Yeah. So another thing to note, it looks like we may have the world's largest IPO occur this year, $30 billion, and it will not be done in the US. Looks like $15 billion will be done in Shanghai and another $15 billion in Hong Kong. It is Ant Group. Think a financial application or a financial app. Don't know much about it, except that guy Jack Ma is involved, and he's about to become a lot richer, that guy. He's got the Midas touch, I guess. I did see this morning that Silicon Valley has a couple of tech IPOs coming, Snowflake and Sumo Logic. I don't remember the last Silicon Valley-based IPO, but it is coming. I know we have that company that just moved from California to Colorado. I'm drawing a blank on its name in the security space. Anyways, again, IPOs are coming out. If you're in the right space, it's a good time. Again, Snowflake going to take on Amazon and Google, Sumo Logic kind of in the security space, if I remember right, or logs, something like that. I think it's log management. The Dow did some reshuffling this morning, or announced the reshuffling yesterday, kind of Exxon out, Salesforce in. I thought that was interesting, basically because Apple did its 4-for-1 stock split, and Dow is a pricing index, not a market cap index, which is a subtle tweak but important. So basically when Apple cut its share value by 4, the tech valuation dropped in the Dow, so they wanted to get more of a tech focus. So Exxon out, Salesforce in, leaving one oil company, Chevron, in the index. And then the last thing we'll talk about is something I just started talking about yesterday is, to me, it's starting to feel a lot like 99, where overconfidence is rampant. These are things you can't really measure, but when you see it, kind of like art, I guess. But again, the market can remain, Palantir, thank you. Look at you guys are awesome. Yes, Palantir was the tech name I was looking for earlier. Thank you, Andrew. But again, widespread overconfidence. Again, the dependence on 5 stocks for 23.6% of the S&P. It just feels unnatural at some point. So that's what I got for you today. I am going to do some more live streams throughout the day. I'm, again, trying to expand my horizon and look at what some other channels are doing, and I'll review at least one of their videos. I want to do another video, I think, about the 1933 crash, because I think we could be seeing some similarities. But yeah, lots of stuff going on today. You have a wonderful day. And remember, daily financial news. Hope to get to 1,000 views a day, maybe in 6 months. All right, everybody, take care.